mic radio. Take a load off and enjoy the show. This is Open Mic Radio.
That's right, I love it. It's KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM, 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. All right, it's time once again for Open Mic Radio. Welcome to the show. We're going to get it rolling from St. Louis, Missouri. Daniel Elixir, check it out.
In a barber shop, they watch TV. Those are all my friends. Some of them may not know me, but they're all my friends. They're all my friends. They're all my friends. And the bus slows down as the light turns red. It carries all my friends. And an airplane flies overhead, and it's full of my friends. They're all my friends. They're all my friends. You might say that it's all in my mind. You might say it's just pretend. Well, those would not be very nice things to say, but hey, 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 you can still be my friend. All those people at the traffic light, yeah, those are all my friends. And some turn left and some turn right, and they're all my friends. They're all my friends. All my friends. They're all my friends. And all those guys in the prison yard, yeah, those are all my friends. And the cops and the judge and the prison guard are all my friends. They're all my friends. They're all my friends. And every child everywhere, those are all my friends. And in the cemetery, why, who's buried there? Sadly, those were all my friends. The gentle ones and the tough, those with plenty and those with not enough. Oh, how I love all of how I love all of my friends.
What a fantastic way to start the show. All right, and I feel the same way about everybody out there. All right, we're all friends, whether you know it or not. Whether you know it or not. All right. Okay. Welcome to the program. All right. It's Open Mic Radio, Saturday, the 27th of the 4th month, April 27th. Good to be with y'all on a wonderful Saturday afternoon here in Columbia, Missouri. Lots of great music in store for you for the next couple hours. And a few friends stopping by for sure. Okay, stick around. I'm glad you're with us. We do this most every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. We do live music and interviews with some of Missouri's finest musicians and bands. I'm thrilled to do it every week, and my name is Mike Hagan. I'm joined as usual by my good friends Kai and Kurt, and Memphis Chris is here, and Clark's in the building. How are you, my brother?
Makalaka, hey, makahani ho, Mike.
Hey, man, who you going to want to say hi to today? We got a whole list.
I want to thank everybody in Armstrong for listening today.
Armstrong?
Yeah, we got a lot of people up there listening, man.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Hi, in Armstrong. We love you.
Good.
All right. But yes, we do. We feature awesome local and regional music and the artists who create it. All right. It's a beautiful spring weekend here in Missouri. Maybe a little wet. We need the rain. Trust me. I live in. I don't know what it is. So I live just out. I live in not in the town of Roachport, but my address is Roachport. But I'm kind of in the, tucked away back there. But we just never get the rain. I'm telling you, for 3 years, it's just like it rains above us, north, south. But man, it's something happens. It splits there. Anyway, I'm hoping for rain this weekend. I'll quit crying on the air about that. So, regardless, I hope you find a nice way to enjoy the weekend. Lots happening out there in the Columbia area. If you did something cool last night and you want to share it, or if you got something going on this evening or coming up in the next few days, please feel free to give us a call. We will have the phone lines open. That is 573-443-8255, 573-443-7380. Yeah. Yeah,
Say that 5 times fast.
So if you want to give us a call, though, and let us know what's happening, that'd be great. Okay. Actually, I'm hoping to have a phone call from Dylan from Secular Era. Remember Secular Era?
One of the many
There's so many
Dylans.
damn Dylans around. No kidding. It's like when I was a kid, everyone was named Michael. Now most of us are dead. So now everyone's named Dylan or. What else? Come on. All right. Just forget it. All right. We have a fun show this afternoon set up. Okay. John Heller from the Hanukkah Jones Band is with us for the show today. Daniel Elixir, who started the program, he's here, also visiting from St. Louis, and I think he's got a show here coming up in the next sometime. But we'll chat with these guys.
One of our friends.
Yeah, man.
One of our many friends.
For sure. All right. I think that. Justin may stop by. I think John Randall from the Hoot and Hollers may stop by and say hi. And Jesse from King Theodore here in the house. King Theodore Records, of course. Kurt, at some point we'll try to do a rundown of some of the things that are happening.
Yeah.
Shows around town.
We should.
Okay, we'll do that. And yeah, all right. One more time. 443-8255, 443-7.
Aha.
Just call 8255. I'm not even going to give the other one out. We are down here, as usual, at the KOPN facilities, 401 Bernadette Drive. Awesome afternoon down here, all right? Fun show last week. We had the guys from Backwater. Actually, that was so much fun, Kurt.
That was.
A great live set of music
band.
from them. We had them set up in the big room outside there. Anyway, great bunch of music from Backwater. We also had Tilden Sullins stopped by. Young man who I am just so enamored by. Anyway, he shared a new song from his upcoming EP. He is so good.
Yeah.
Jesse, right? Huh?
Incredible.
Yeah. In fact, quickly, if you would, grab this mic, because Tilden did a cool thing at King Theodore Records a few weeks ago, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know that, right?
Yeah, he did one of my vault recordings that I do down in my space as a cool little live video, and he went in one take.
And this is Jesse from King Theodore, by the way.
Yeah, he just went in and did one take, and it's incredible. It's available on all my social media, on YouTube.
How do people find it?
Search on Instagram King Theodore Records, or on YouTube King Theodore Records. It's also on my Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah,
everything that you can find of it. He's a remarkable kid. I 100% agree. His songwriting prowess is great for where he's at in his career, and I just can't wait to see how he grows.
I couldn't agree more.
Incredible.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. All right, Jesse, we'll talk more in just a little bit with Jesse from King Theodore Records. But anyway, a couple more things. Oh, actually, Sammy Flame, Sam DiAgostino.
And the habaneros?
Sam DiAgostino from...
we had a habanero here last time.
Yeah, well, actually, Ann Wright was here as well. And
I meant to ask him,
she's sort of a habanero.
Is Sammy Flame technically a habanero himself?
Semi-Flame and the Habaneros. I think
he's separate from the Habaneros.
I think he's just the head habanero.
He's the head habanero.
I think you gotta all be habaneros to be in that band.
All right.
That's just my opinion. And if you have a position on that, you can call us at 443.
Spicy little combination works.
You can call us at 443-8255 if you have a position on the habaneros. Okay. A couple more things. Big thanks to Peter Rabbit. All right, grooving on the one mic since 2:00. All right, that happens every Saturday, a couple hours before this program. Peter just getting the groove on with some great hip hop and I mean. Traditional stuff, or I mean, if you can say that about hip hop now, but also old hip hop and new R&B hip hop stuff. He's really on top of all of it. So that's 2:00 till 4. Before that, Morgan and a Motherland Jam from noon to 2 every week. Incredible stuff. Morgan just takes you on a tour across the continent of Africa and plays amazing music from all of those places. And
he does.
I mean, really, he's something else. Okay, all right. From 4 to 6, it's us. And from 6:00 until 8. Okay, now I got to turn the mic down. It's a reggae party. All right, from 6:00 until 8. Rashumba, and get your dancing shoes on and roll yourself a big fat Bob Marley joint.
It's a reggae party.
and get it down with. Honestly, again, the roots rock and the reggae stuff of Rashumba. Okay, reggae party 6 to 8. Chris takes the helm from 8 to 11 with Blues on Broadway, and we just have a great time on. We have a great time here at KOPN in general.
You know, Rashumba has to be one of the longest, continually running shows on KOPN. At this point,
yeah. I
would think.
I mean, I don't know the actual numbers, but he's certainly been here. I mean, he's been doing that for more than 20 years, I know. But there's a bunch of shows that have been on for more than 20 years here. So one of these days, I'm actually. We'll compile that, and we'll actually do a special, and we'll have all the hosts here on the show, and we'll do cool stuff with the longest programmers that have been on KOPN for the longest time.
Sometimes our show feels like 20 years.
That's my relationship with you. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Actually, I have been doing the show I've been on KOPN since 2004. So I'm on 20 years now.
Non-stop.
Not with open mic radio.
We just park you in the closet.
It's funny because people that know me for this show
wind you out.
I mean,
wind you up. Come out.
Radio Orbit was the show that I did for the longest time, and then this is the only one that I've done relatively recently. The last 6, 7, 8 years or whatever. Anyway, okay. Yes, it's KOPN, your imagination station. Okay.
Yeah.
From here to your ear, baby. All right.
Let's hear some music. I want music.
Oh, wait, one more time. If you want to be a part of it, give us a ring. In the meantime, we're just going to do that. Have some fun. Hear some great music like we do every week here on Open Mic Radio. Okay. KOPN.org on the web. My name is Mike Hagan. The website, MikeHagan.com. For today's show, John Heller from the Hanukkah Jones Band. Daniel Elixir here visiting from St. Louis. I'm guessing that's where he's from originally, but we're going to find out. We'll learn a bunch about these guys. But let's see if we can get another song from them. Let's see. Hey, John, are you out there?
Right here.
You want to do a song? You want to do a song?
Sure.
All right. Let's.
Sit over here if you want.
Let's keep Daniel in the house here, and maybe hey Clark, maybe you can kind of move.
Which one's better?
Let's just make room.
Where you are.
Right.
We go.
Okay.
Kurt, you can stay there.
I'm just gonna.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Mess around with that.
All right.
Microphoneage.
Cool. Okay, so John,
Sir.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to have you here, and
Thank you very much.
okay. So quickly for people who aren't familiar, the Hanukkah Jones Band. I've heard the name many times over the years. How long has the band been together?
Been operating since about 2007-ish or so.
07.
It's been a while.
That sounds about right. That was back in the Blue Fugue days and all that. Yeah.
It's sometimes have been brisker than others. How about that? So,
well, yeah, for all of us, right? All right. Regardless,
sure.
we'll talk a little bit more, but Kurt's going to give me more trouble if we don't get music. So,
yeah.
All right, let's do a song. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. John Heller from the Hanukkah Jones Band, and here we go.
all right. Thanks to Daniel for loaning the instrument because I just broke a string for the first time in my performing history. 10 minutes before game time. So thanks to everyone for being here and helping out, and such a great thing you do for the community. Am I close enough to this big old mic?
You're all good.
All right. Thanks, everyone. This one is called Game 7 on the Road. Maybe they hate you, maybe they don't. They're trying to maul you, but it's how you get better. Just be yourself. They can't take that away from you. Do it like you've been there before, and you can be the one that got away. You don't see King's X touchdown dancing. Just trust me on this, guys. And in the end, respect should prevail. Already has, and the fracture here, it's enough middle finger. Yeah, it's gotta be. You're in game 7 on the road, but by making this a competition, they win, and you negate any star you put on your belly. Remember all the times you had to sit and watch. For all those nights you knew this wouldn't pass. Remember how damn hard it's been being positive. Consider this, that tomorrow you didn't think you'd get. Consider this, another L and James kiss to yourself. This is your chance to do what you've always wanted to do. You'll probably be fine. You can play this game. When you look in the mirror tonight, give permission to feel fine. Why don't they teach about vindication after high school? This is game 7. You're right where you wanna be. Behind enemy lines perhaps, but I think you'll be okay.
Well, okay, pull that mic a little bit closer if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right, John.
Yes.
King, what's the name of the song again?
That song's called Game 7 on the Road.
Game 7?
So the premise kind of being like, you know, where you happen to be right now, and certainly some of us are doing better than others, but...
I mean, not the truth. No matter where you are, honestly, I mean that's sort of always the case, but but it's becoming more distinct, I think. But
yeah, but we've got today, and you know, you've got today, so do what you can, and the premise behind that King's X line, the first time I saw them, it's one of the first times I've maybe seen a hardcore band just really come out and just slay with their music. And it was almost like they were apologizing for doing so. They weren't posturing, they weren't bragging, they weren't sneering, they weren't pursing their lips. They were just almost... So it just really registered with me. And then years ago, as Mr. Doug Pinnicus maybe kind of loosened up and become more comfortable, etc., and the world has become more comfortable with him, he has loosened up quite a bit. So that line has not aged super duper duper well. And I just love that band. He's such a great dude. So.
You know, speaking of hardcore, I neglected to mention that at least one of the guys from Provoke the Colossus will be down. This afternoon, and they've got a new bass player that they've been kind of working with for the last few months, and they're going to do a show, first show with their new bass player coming up shortly. So we'll probably play a song from them, and I think Bud probably the guitarist from Provoke PVC PTC.
PTC.
PVC. Provoked the Colossus. Anyway, Provoked the Colossus. Bud McDonald probably down here in a little bit as well. Okay. So while we still have John, let's talk a little bit. In fact, and Daniel, sit down because we've got
Grab that mic there.
We've got a bunch of great musicians with us this afternoon, and we might as well make
And
it.
you guys got
just
volume
sort of
controls here for
sort
your
of a-
headphones if you want.
Thank you.
sort of a roundtable conversation. So before we went on the air, you guys were mentioning that you sort of at least were at least familiar with one another, or at least hung around the same circles or whatever. So John, quickly, your background for people who aren't familiar, where are you from, and a little bit maybe about your musical background.
Well, grew up in the St. Louis suburbs. Came here for school, as so many of us do, and I've never left.
Like
and
Mizzou or Columbia College or
Mizzou.
Okay.
And I used to play in a band called the Gringos with some very talented individuals. Been doing Hanukkah Jones Band since that, and with several more talented individuals. And
What's the makeup of Hanukkah Jones Band when the whole band's with you?
I'll say that remains to be seen. It's everyone's, people.
Well, it's a transition.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay,
it's
so people
transitional.
coming and going. All right.
There you go.
right.
I would love to play with any of them again. If it happens, it happens. I hope so, but I look forward to whoever's next.
Okay.
So,
All right. Cool.
What are the chances of a reunion for the Gringos?
I would love one.
Let's get it on the calendar somewhere.
I would love one.
Come on.
All right. Now, so Daniel.
Yeah.
Hi, and
Hey.
first of all, and you're visiting us. Are you from?
Well, it's tricky. I was born in St. Louis, and I still am in St. Louis a lot. But actually, my home is a farm in southern Missouri. I stay at Elixir
The
Farm.
Elixir Farm.
Yeah. So and
Okay,
that's
okay. So how far south and like where is that exactly?
almost Arkansas line.
All right.
Ozark County, Gainesville, Ava, West Plains. Oh, it's just like 63 takes straight south.
And you grew up down there?
No, I've been there for the last 20 years, just
Okay.
farming and stuff.
All right.
So I grew up in St. Louis, and then I went to New York City for a while, and I did some music up there, and I did some. I was an illustrator. I did stuff for the New Yorker, New York Times, and stuff. And then I turned to leave.
Really?
Went back to Missouri.
Interesting.
I'm chilling now.
All right.
But
What's your musical background?
my father was a jazz musician in St. Louis, Lee Roth, and
Good place to be a jazz musician.
yeah, so I heard a lot of jazz growing up through the floorboards when I was trying to sleep. 2 a.m. people jamming, but
It's crazy how that gets to you, whether you know it or not.
you got some chords in you eventually.
Yeah.
But in New York, I did solo stuff, and I went to I was in the NYU Music Festival. This is quite a while ago. But then there was a guy there who was trying to hook up something for Taj Mahal. It was a play, actually, a musical drama about Jonestown.
Huh.
So we did a 3-week rehearsal with Taj Mahal. Like, it's all about, it was a trip. So anyway, that's some stuff that I did before. And then I kind of just went back, did farming and stuff.
Did that ever get actually produced?
No, nobody bought it. But they played it in Brooklyn. They played it at St. Anne.
Of course they did.
Yeah. We played it for a week. But it was
Nice.
a little edgy.
Were there tunes like about the Kool-Aid and everything? Like
they
a whole
didn't-
portion of the
It was
show
pretty
devoted
real.
to that?
No, it was
Right?
pretty real about people living in San Francisco and trying to get by. That's the first
Right.
half was in the urban part, and then the second part was in the jungle. And it got real weird. So that's a trip.
Wow,
But,
crazy.
Yeah.
All right. And so now you're a touring musician,
I play music in folk festivals. I was like a runner-up at Kerrville, Texas. I was a runner-up twice at La Crosse, Wisconsin, Great River Music Festival.
Oh, La Crosse, cool town.
But I end up staying at the...
my niece goes to school in La Crosse, as a matter of fact, and
It's real
shout out
beautiful.
to my lovely niece Audra
There you go.
Audra and Mackenzie, I should say. But anyway, Audra, I love you.
But I don't get around too much because I do farming, and but in the wintertime, and then I've been doing this in the springtime. I played in St. Louis last week or 2 weeks ago, and I'll play again in a month, and I'm playing here 2 weeks in May 10th.
Okay, yeah. So you have a show here. Is it at where?
It's
at
Cafe Berlin. May 10th, Friday night.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that gig happen? And before you answer, the people at Cafe Berlin are doing a great job, and they're finding
Yeah.
great musicians. So
Yeah.
so whoever's doing that, great job.
Yeah,
So-
Adrian. The other people night are Doc Floyd and Amy Marie. I think they're locals, and so it's going to be quite a great night.
Amy's been here with us on the program before, actually, and Doc Floyd. Doc Floyd, I'm not particularly familiar with, but anyway. All right, cool.
So that's 2 weeks.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, well, how about since you got the guitar in hand, maybe play another one for us?
All right, I can do that.
All right. You're listening to Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia. It's 89.5 FM. We're streaming on the web at kopn.org. Daniel Elixir, you guys don't have to move. You're all fine. These mics are so good. Honestly, in this room, we pick it all up. It sounds great. Daniel Elixir with us from St. Louis. He's got a show at Cafe Berlin. What's the date again on that?
May 10th, Friday.
May the 10th. All right, so a week from this coming Friday. That's going to be awesome. And John Heller from the Hanukkah Jones Band with us as well. And we're just going to kind of trade off songs, I think, for a little while here. I'm expecting a few other friends. And in fact, we got to get Jesse here in to visit with us in a little bit. Kind of some big news for King Theodore. Maybe we'll talk about it, maybe we won't. But anyway, we'll move along here in just a bit. But Daniel Elixir. All right, what are you going to do, Dan?
Probably not. Probably not. This is my song called Probably Not.
All right. Well, here it is.
This won the, what was it? None of the above category at Winfield 2 years ago. So
that's the best category to win, by the way.
Amen.
That's a great name for a band, by the way. None of the above. If that hasn't been taken, None of the above is a great band name, in my opinion. Okay, it's Daniel Elixir, and you're listening to it on Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
She ran off to the circus in the late fall. She was in love with a human cannonball. When springtime came, she started the show, and the circus master let her go. He said, I guess it's true, I have been wild, but ain't nothing gonna stop my child. Gonna give him all the love I've got. I'm gonna name my baby Probably Not. And probably not grow strong and tall. Probably not gonna save the day. Probably not gonna show them all. And probably not gonna be okay. Probably not gonna ask his mom, am I ever gonna get half a shot? And his mom said, you have only to believe. Probably not. On the night he was born, her friend Louise said, take my place on the flying trapeze. And the circus master, that old jerk, said, yeah, okay, come on back to work. But what has gotten into you? His dad said, no, the babies do. She said, hey man, we both know we really need the money. So she slipped into her leotard, then climbed the rope, and breathing hard on tightrope high and the spotlight hot, she gave birth to Probably Not. And probably not gonna win the prize. Probably not gonna save the girl. Probably not gonna open their eyes. And probably not gonna rule the world. Probably not gonna ask his dad, are they ever gonna make it? Am I ever gonna make it to the top? And his dad said, probably so. Probably not. So he grew up saving all the money he'd make, selling caramel corn and funnel cake, with a magician's girl who just loved to laugh. You know that one? The one they always cut in half. And the guitar he bought, he'd softly play, while elephants so gently sway, and clowns and acrobats would dance, while chimpanzees all clapped their hands, and a lion tamer tapped his feet while handing out his slabs of meat, saying, what a special gift you've got, you are really something. Probably not, and probably not gonna grow so tall. Probably not gonna save the day. Probably not gonna show them all, and probably not gonna be okay. Probably not gonna ask the stars, am I ever gonna make it to the top? Here comes sort of the moral of the story or something. Well, ain't no crime being insecure, and it's okay if you're not sure of what you'll do or where you'll go. Doubting Thomas was a saint, you know, and the one beneath the baobab tree said, keep your throne, it's not for me. What's the point in being king? I'm already one with everything. And probably not gonna win the prize, probably not gonna get the girl, probably not gonna open their eyes, and probably not gonna rule the world, probably not gonna ask the stars, am I ever gonna make it to the top? Well, you have only to believe. Probably not. You have only to believe. You have only to believe. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a good song, man.
Wow. Outstanding. Fantastic stuff. All right. Daniel Elixir. All right. If people want to find you or your music and get you to play a show or just want to check it out, what's the best place to or way to find you, Dan?
Well, I'm Instagram, Daniel Elixir, Facebook, Daniel Elixir Songs, and there's a website, danielelixir.com, ELIXIR.
Very cool. All right. I love it, man. Great song.
I'd love to be here. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a quick break. We're going to have John play another song in just a minute, but I'm going to have Jesse Craig from King Theodore Records come in. You're fine. Please stay. Yes, please. And we'll just have Jesse grab this microphone right there.
I'm going to go tune him up.
Oh, great. Yes. Okay. It's a mic radio.
We allowed to burn candles in here?
Of course, candles are always fine.
Yes. Jesse Craig, how are you?
I'm good.
All right. So, what's up? I'm not sure. Do you want to talk on the air about what's going on, or do you just want to say hi? Or
I'll give a brief, responsible overview.
Okay, let's do it. And let me quickly say that Jesse's a small business owner here in Columbia. Obviously, he's been down there in, if you remember the old catacombs, back there now behind Ernie's, and I guess Fretboard Coffee is back there, and Artlandish, and a few other really cool shops, actually. And I've actually really enjoyed the record store down there. I thought it was a super addition to the collection of shops down there. But looks like maybe it won't be continuing down there for forever. So let's whatever else you'd like to say about it. Let's see what's going on.
I just got news yesterday that the record store's against our will having to relocate. And, I've already had such good support from the community. I really feel like I've made myself a good cornerstone for the music community here in town, and providing a good space for local artists to come in and, feel supported. And, much like what you do here, I try to extend kind of what we're doing here and what we're building within the community for musicians and for artists. Unfortunately, John and Tanner Ott have informed me that they will not be renewing my lease. Like I said, legally they told me that they don't have to give me a reason. So it is unfortunate that one of the smallest businesses in this town that I feel like is doing a lot for the music and for the artists,
and for the community,
and
I'll say this just as a business person and as a commercial building owner in Columbia. I mean, yes, it's true. Okay, if you and most of the time in the lease, if the owner of the building chooses not to continue a lease for whatever reason, I guess. Depending on how the lease is written, they can usually say no, and maybe they don't have to give a reason. But you know what, you should.
Yeah,
and I would, if someone were leaving one of my places, or or if I was forcing it for some reason, and they were a good tenant, I would tell them why. So
Right.
at any rate, I'm not here to pick fights. I just don't like
Me
when
either,
people are.
yeah.
I just don't like when people don't play fair, and I certainly don't like when small businesses are
Yeah.
get. Anyway.
It's literally the smallest type of business you can have. It's me and my dog.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to spit any fire or anything. Obviously, it's frustrating and hurtful, but I will let your listeners know, and all of you all who have been so supportive of me through this. Like, this isn't the end. We're going to turn the page, and we're going to do another chapter. We're going to have a big party.
We're going to find a new space for you guys. So, in fact, I think a good reason, at least, for us to chat right now is just kind of put the word out. That's what's going on, and Jesse's looking for a new space. I'm
Hit
thinking.
me up on Instagram or Facebook if you know of anything. I've had a few.
It's not particularly imminent. It's got to happen in the next 30 or 40 days or whatever.
They gave me a month, which is fine. The big thing I want to say though is, you can own buildings, and you can own property, but you do not own the musicians or the artists of this town. You can own a building, you don't own the neighborhood. And,
no doubt about that.
And that's kind of where I want to leave it. It's like you've shown who you are, and you've heard a small business here in town, and we're going to move on as a community like we always do, and we always have, in the face of millionaires bullying everybody around. So we're going to move forward. I appreciate all the support, all your listeners who reach out and everything, and Mike and all of you for always being so supportive. And this isn't the end. We're going to keep going forward, and we're going to do better. I'll take the Michael Jordan mentality. Put another chip on my shoulder, please.
Yeah. No, I mean, onward and upward. All right.
So
we'll keep people informed, but yeah, if you've got any ideas or just want to say hi, find Jesse Slade. He's out there at King Theodore Records, pretty much on all the social media, and if you're if you are a business or if you're a building owner, or if you're someone who's a property manager or something like that, and you're listening to the show and you're empathetic, get a hold of Jesse, and maybe you guys can work out something for a place for. Or a new place for the store. So
yeah, you got a cute dog and lots of great ideas.
That's right, and I'll tell you what, we've got three record stores in town now. Hit Records, of course, just sort of an anchor of downtown. Those guys down there, they're amazing,
they're incredible.
and they're in fact, Kyle and Taylor and I have been good friends for years, and those guys have just really killed it.
And they've been always so supportive of me.
I'm sure they have.
They're incredible.
I'm sure they have. That's just the kind of guys they are, and they want to promote the scene and all the music too. Mm-hmm. And I'm not real familiar with Matt and Chris and the people down there at B-Side, but there's another record store down there. But at any rate, we got to keep King Theodore around here, and if there's anything you can do to help that out, let's use our network, okay?
Yeah, let me know. Thanks, Mike.
All right, very good. All right, Jesse, stick around if you don't mind. All right, cool. All right, John Randall is in the house. Daniel Elixir is here. John Heller is here.
Hi, John.
Clark and Memphis Chris and Kurt, and let's get back to some music here. Johnny, quickly, Johnny O, how are you?
Yo.
Dude, you're looking like a sailor.
I look like a what?
A sailor with that.
Well, yo ho ho, man. What's up? Ahoy, listeners.
You should see Johnny's hat. I wish I had the video going. I love it.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, this is more of a dock worker hat than a sailor hat.
Okay. Pardon me for
if
my.
we're going to be precise about headwear.
All right.
Mel's Diner.
Anyway, John Randall here. Of course, guitarist, vocalist for the Hoot and Hollers, and also, I guess now for Randall and Ream. That's kind of a different project. So
That's just a
or a separate project, but still separate things. So, how are you, my brother?
I'm good, man.
You look good as always.
Oh, thanks.
I love that T-shirt.
The OCs. Do you know the OCs?
I do not.
You should check them out.
Really?
It's totally sick, man. 2 drummers, psychedelic rock.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Where from?
L.A. I guess it makes sense. Maybe it's OCs.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like that, but anyway, they're sick.
Okay, cool. All right, hey, did you bring an instrument?
I didn't bring one today.
Well, all right.
I'm just stopping. I'm just.
Well, we're
saying
just
hi.
sharing one guitar anyway today.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
so this is Daniel. Have you guys met?
Daniel,
you
hey,
guys should
nice to meet you, dude.
definitely meet. So John, St. Louis native, of course.
Born and raised St. Louis.
Kind of makes his home in Columbia here, but he's been touring around the world now for 10 plus years, and Hoot and Holler's been together since 07 or so.
2007.
Yeah. When was the first time you left the country? That's when I'm going to say when you started touring
When
around
did
the
we
world.
leave the country for the first time? That
It was a
would've been
European
like
one. It was the
20. Yeah.
maybe 15, 16? I don't know.
I'm gonna say it was probably 2016.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I don't remember. I'm bad. I'm terrible about remembering what years it was. Joe
You're
Buck yourself
terrible
took us over there, which was appropriate because that was our first ever tour in the United States was Joe Buck yourself.
Joe Buck yourself. I remember smoking a joint with Joe Buck outside of. I think it was some Mojo's.
He does that a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. But he was more friendly than his name brings on. So.
When my parents met him, when
Oh,
I told,
God,
when
that
I
had
told
to be
my
hilarious.
parents that I was going on tour for the first time, we were opening for this guy named Joe Buck yourself. They looked him up, and my mom was kind of horrified because his stage persona is this like evil.
Oh yeah.
Demon man kind of thing. And he's an intense performer and intense looking person, and
he is.
But then
when he's on stage, for sure.
That tour went through San Francisco, where my parents lived, and they got to meet him, and they were just like so in love with him after that because he was like, "Oh, Mrs. Randall, I'm just so blessed to have your son on the road with me." Like, and he is. I mean, he's a totally intelligent Kentucky gentleman.
Yeah, he's got his shtick, man. When he
had some rage that he processes through music.
I love it. All right. Okay, so quickly, what's happening with you guys? Are you on the road soon?
Hoot and Hollers are hitting the road next week, next Friday. We're going out for just a little bit over a week. Then we'll be home for, I think, a little bit under a week, and then we'll go back out for a few more days.
Summertime, are you going to be around for the most part, or are you going to be off and about?
We're in and out. We've got a late summer West Coast tour and a couple of little runs out to Colorado and Nebraska and back, but we'll be spending a lot of time around home.
Okay, good. All right.
Playing some pinball. There's a pinball tournament tomorrow.
Dude, don't talk to me about the tournaments, but I'd love to play with you anytime.
It's not even league. You can show up.
Oh, okay. If it's
league, but we'll shout out that Pinball League does start on Monday.
It's Monday
If anybody
nights,
out there likes to play pinball or wants to maybe see if they like to play pinball.
We're in.
The Columbia Pinball League meets at the Shangri-La Weed Dispensary on Creekwood, the Shangri-La Superstore. They got like
I know it sounds
12
strange,
or 13
right?
really, really nice,
well-maintained and clean
pinball machines. I play pinball all over the country, and none of them are as clean and as nice. I seek it out everywhere we go.
I know you do.
It's like I'm spoiled by what they have going on at Shangri-La. They're immaculate.
I play pinball all over the country, and this is no. Honestly, I like a good game of pinball too, and they do have the best machines in town, I think, over there. So
yeah, so there's a tournament tomorrow. It's at 1:00. You show up.
Yeah, man.
Pay your $6, and you might walk away with some money. You're definitely gonna have.
And
some
if
fun.
I'm at the tournament, I might play your ball, and
you know what, you would be forgiven.
And piss
if
everybody
that
off.
were to happen, you would be forgiven.
Anyway, all right, John Randall, I love you.
Love you too, Mikey.
Hoot and Hollers on the web at the Hoot and Hollers. No, just Hoot. Yes, thehootandhollers.com.
Sign up for that newsletter. We got a recipe dropping on Monday.
Okay, well, what's up with the garlic stuff? Because you actually
we love food, and we all cook and eat a lot. I know personally, I spend a lot of my time in my head thinking about food and what I'm going to eat next, and what I'm going to cook next. And
no, you're a good chef.
So we like to incorporate.
You've made dinner for me once or twice.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, it wasn't romantic, but yeah, we had a nice time. You know,
I cook. I cook for the people that I love.
Anyway, okay,
it wasn't not romantic because of you, because of John.
It's fine.
We know it was not romantic because of you.
Kurt, you know you're the only one for me.
There were candles.
All right, even if I'm out with John, you know you're the only one for me.
All right.
But you actually have like a Hoot and Holler's garlic spice or something
Okay,
that
so
you
yeah,
guys sell?
we've got a signature seasoning, like a Cajun seasoning salt.
Johnny
6
O
different kinds of garlic.
Johnny
in
O doing the marketing now. Finally, like Andy's like, finally, he said something about it.
Signature seasoning.
it. Yes, that's a Hoot and Holler's Garlic Storm. It's
Yeah.
named after the song Garlic Storm.
Well,
which
you have
is
2 songs.
Just an ode to what we consider to be the best, most powerful, most medicinal, and most important vegetable.
The
there
garlic.
is. The garlic.
The garlic, man. I know you can just suck on the garlic.
I'm not just-
and
I mean, yeah.
it's good for you.
I
you
ate
know?
some raw garlic.
No pun
just the other
intended.
day. Toast some bread, rub raw garlic on toasted bread.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Little Vegemite.
Yeah, maybe. I got a jar. I got a jar in my cupboard right now.
I know you do. All right. Okay, John Randall, I love you.
I love you too, man.
Tell Kelly and Kelly and Ryan and Jess doing the
Goldenrods.
The Goldenrods. They're just killing
Killing
it
it.
too. My
I can't
gosh.
believe how good that new album is.
Outstanding. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm trying to get them back to Columbia. To do a show at like Berlin or something. We got to get them back
Definitely.
here. So
Well, I'll tell
Okay.
Kelly to hit you up about that.
yeah, please.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. See you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. See you.
All right, John Heller is going to play a song for us now, but John, will you
Yes.
please? What and where and how did you become a musician? Like, have you always played guitar, or are you traditionally trained, or you got family musicians, or?
To my knowledge, not many musicians in my family. Bass is my instrument, and I have a feeling that shows as I play guitar today.
Bass is your instrument. Okay.
So, you loved playing in the Gringos. There are other bands called the Gringos, I learned, however. So, when it came time and it didn't really have a band together, I thought, you know what? And Hanukkah Jones, of all things, was sort of my hamsters when I was a kid.
Hanukkah Jones was one of the names. Was the name of your hamster?
My brother named his Christmas. I named mine Hanukkah. I could go further. Christmas, in fact, sired Hanukkah.
Whoa.
Now, I'll stop there.
Okay, please. It's a PG-rated show this afternoon. Okay.
And I'll honor that.
right.
I'm honoring that. So, and just something, and it kind of stuck. He was a runt of the litter, and here we are all these years later. So when you see a hamster on the covers and with the artwork and such, that's part of the rationale.
I love it. Okay, so and I have to say that one of the funnest things to do is to ask, people, how'd you come up with a name for your band or whatever? And this one's up there with some of the best of them. So,
Oh, thank you.
all right, would you like to
Good
play?
show.
Would you like to play one for us?
Sure. I want to mention, partially as a reminder to myself this morning, this is no joke, the Mother Love Bone song, This Is Shangri-La, was in my head.
Hell yeah!
So a bit of
Mother Love
serendipity.
Bone, man, like early Seattle scene, before Pearl Jam and Soundgarden.
Exactly,
In
yeah.
fact, there was members of all those guys kind of doing things together back then.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I partially say that as a reminder because my lovely lady loves pinball, so I'm going to try and remind her about that for tomorrow.
Might mean you're destined to win.
Oh, I'm not winning anything. I couldn't cheat and win it. So,
Pressure.
but a lot of talk about St. Louis, and I grew up there, and I've got the suburbs, Maryland Heights to be persnickety. I've got a lot of love for it. However, I think there's some people that could perhaps use a adjustment in the mindset. So this song is from our third CD, which is titled Loser Friendly. And the song is, I swear I do have love for my home. It's called Saint Loser. So.
All right, it's Open Mic Radio, John Heller, Hanukkah Jones Band, KOPN Columbia.
All right. We good?
Yeah, we're good, brother. I'll just play. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. If I'm supposed to feel the dirty that you brought me here unwilling, then I think it's fair you accept at least a part of the blame. Complaints equal gripes here, even if they are justifiable. You're not telling me I'm wrong, you're just telling me to shut up. Why's it gotta be a decade before the Maryland Heights chick opines that adults act like children but expect us to act grown up? I will never forget the way you made me feel. I will always remember the things you said to me, and that will be my revenge. I don't care how much mental tendency that gives you. Excuses are for losers, but notice it's the so-called victors, many of whom pampered cheaters, making everything so much worse. This town hates its protesters way more than its perpetrators. You're not telling me I'm wrong, you're just telling me to shut up. All this built-up resentment, what I thought was fuel, was actually deterrent. Time I'll never get back. Why did I hate myself when I was just fine hating you? Why I care for you but not care for myself? Case you make for being a bastard somehow tops my case for fairness. They gave up so long ago, but I know they agreed with me back then. This is how things are so faced. Reality, how am I supposed to digest that and not get sick? That matters now, 'cause it's all up to me. So learn to settle, be even more miserable.
All right. Okay.
What's that one called, John?
That one's called Saint Loser.
Saint Loser.
I swear I've got deep love for my hometown. Just had to get some.
I love it.
Stuff off the
Another
chest.
good band name right there. Okay, we're coming up with them this afternoon on Open Mic Radio. Okay, John Heller, I love it. Daniel Elixir in the house, and we've got.
Speaking of good band names, what about Provoke the Colossus?
Provoke the Colossus. All right, we got.
They just entered
We've got
together.
two of the four. Three. All right, so we got bass, drums, guitar.
Vocals, drums, guitar.
Yeah, but there's a new bass player though too.
Bass player.
But the bass player's not here.
Not here today.
Okay, yes, but we have three of the four members of Provoke the Colossus. If you're a regular listener of the show, you're familiar with this band. We actually had a super cool live performance from these guys here at the station. I guess it was probably close to a year ago or so. But anyway, we've got Bud and
Tim and Dustin
from Provoke the Colossus with us. Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man?
It's great to see y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so what's happening with the band?
Oh, brand new bass player. He's not with us tonight, but
Yeah. Just catching them up.
They're like, man, they're like, you can't come to the radio show not until you get like the first show under your belt. Too,
right? Yeah. Initiation.
Yeah. So first show, PDM.
Yeah, you got to play
May
PDM
3rd.
first.
Yeah, shout out to Nate and the gang down
Yeah.
there. At
Yeah.
Exactly.
PDM,
The
right?
best shows in
Oh, yeah.
town go on at PDM, folks.
For
You
sure.
know, and
Yes.
if you know, you know, right?
Yes, ask a punk.
Okay. First of all, before we get to the new stuff, Bud, when you were down here, I don't know when it was, a few months ago, and remember we were passing guitars around.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
you did a little, did a solo piece.
Yeah.
I get so many comments about that, and anyway,
That's awesome.
Right on.
anyway, if you haven't heard that show, go check in the archives of the podcast and check out. I don't know when it was, but just if you have any enthusiasm, you can go find it.
I
So
love that.
anyway, Bud from Provoke the Colossus, a great guitar player. We've got a couple of the other players here from the band, including the vocalist and the drummer, and new music coming up anytime soon.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we're
yes.
we're premiering 2 new songs at our show next Friday.
Fantastic.
So
All right.
yeah.
What's the normal sort of thing? Are you guys practicing a lot? I mean, are you all
About once a week, yeah.
once
Yeah,
once a
yeah.
week?
Yep.
And
We're trying to do next week. We're for sure we're going to practice and then play like the next day. So we're trying to
and you
stay real tight.
and you have and for the summertime, are you planning on doing some more shows? Or
Oh
are you gonna
yeah,
Oh,
I think we're going to
Planning
try and
on
hit
it.
a lot. Yeah.
Yep, I think
Yeah.
we're trying to expand a little bit more too outside Missouri from what it sounds like. Trying to get
Yeah,
some of these
some
surrounding
Illinois.
states.
Yeah, we want to hit some of these neighboring
Try and
states.
head out west a little bit. Try and get Colorado.
Yes.
Oh, hell
maybe.
yeah. All
At
right.
least western side somewhere.
Okay, so how there was a young lady who was playing bass for you.
Yes, Ava.
Last time, Ava. Yeah.
Yes.
So your new player, a little maybe. How'd you find him? And was it a long? Was it hard to find? I mean,
I think Dustin knew him from
Yeah,
back in
I,
high school.
I grew
right?
up with Jason in school growing up, so he'd always dabbled on guitar, and I always figured he would be good on bass. So,
All right.
and he was just like, "Yeah, that would be amazing."
So did you invite him, or was it?
Yeah, I invited him, and then Tim
We
actually
had
worked with him.
all three of us worked at Olive Garden together about a decade ago. So.
Yeah, so
They're your family.
yeah, so
That's what they tell you until you work there.
Right. That's what they tell you until you work anywhere.
Then you see
Yeah,
how
right.
dysfunctional it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I guess
You
I was
thought
the only one on
you
the
thought your
outside on
family
that
was
one.
bad. You know.
Had to put him through the ringer.
put him through the ringer. Yeah, right.
Put him through the ringer.
Hey, so okay, so when he came to practice with you guys for the first time, was it like, yeah, he's the guy, or did it take a little while to figure it out?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
just
Yeah,
I
he's-
mean, super talented musician, and that's only half of it. The other half is if they click with everybody, and he just
Oh, sure.
Oh,
clicked
yeah,
right
yeah.
away, fit in like a
Personality
perfect
and-
puzzle piece.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's great at improvising too, so that
Yeah.
that helps with us sometimes because when there's nobody, there's no like rhythm guitar or anything like that, so we all just kind of have to bounce off of each other. If there's a mistake, we all have to roll with it.
Yeah, and if you're soloing, it's great to have him to
Right.
fill and to be able to fill whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. You have a show coming up very soon.
Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
next
May
Friday.
3rd.
Yeah, May 3rd.
PDM.
Come see
Or I guess
us.
this Friday.
DeGrave.
This Friday.
All right.
Who are the other?
The
bands?
Pentagram String Band and Void Gazer. Void Gazer, yeah, yeah.
Pentagram string band.
Yeah, so they're like
Yes.
a metal bluegrass,
I
I guess, and they do banjos.
That
and-
is
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is-
and we
Yeah,
have,
no, it's real cool. Come
I
check
really
it
would
out.
like to check that out for
Yeah.
sure.
The
I mean,
headliner was Visceral Disgorge, right?
I think
Void
so.
Gazer.
Void Gazer.
Void
Void
Gazer,
Gazer. I'm thinking of the wrong show.
Yeah.
all right.
Sorry,
They're,
guys.
they're out of St. Louis.
Well,
Louis, that's
again, Nate down there at PDM.
Yes.
You know, I've known him since he used to work down at a place called Wolf's Head Tavern.
Yeah.
This is down where currently it's a,
Like
it's a
right
restaurant
by
called
Clicks
it's
and-
called Delia's now. It's
Yeah.
I think it's like a Mexican restaurant. Or
yeah,
something like that.
They do have
but
some
it used to
pretty
be
good
called
tacos.
it used to be called Wolf's Head Tavern, and Nate is a shredding guitarist. If people aren't familiar,
Yes.
he doesn't. I mean, I guess he still performs. You know, in
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you know,
tons of different bands.
he's got all
few
kinds of different projects,
going.
but
yeah, I feel like he's got a new band every couple of months.
but he doesn't
it's
talk
just
much
like-
about his own stuff. He kind of,
No.
in fact, he doesn't talk much about anything, frankly.
No.
But he's a badass force in the Colombian music scene.
Yes, dude, and
definitely.
he's such
You
a
know?
great guy too.
Yeah.
Such an outstanding guy.
So, all right, right on. Okay, Provoke the Colossus. If people want to find you online, easy enough. That
Yeah,
name, I think,
YouTube.
right?
Yeah, YouTube,
Facebook, Instagram.
Instagram.
all
All right.
that good stuff.
Spotify.
Yeah,
you know,
Pandora.
All right, let's play a song.
Yeah,
What should we do?
Provoked. Yeah, this is like our. I guess bad company, if you will. You know, bad company is bad company. On bad company.
Yeah, on
So,
Bad Company.
All right, how is this an older song, a newer song?
not
middle-aged.
new, but-
Yeah, it'd be middle aged for a range for us because like this first album for us is kind of a collection of 5 years of music.
Yeah,
Right.
But this is off your first record, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on, we may have to.
Yeah, I mean, the intro's been around since the beginning. It just
Yeah.
started off with the beginning intro and then formed into a whole song.
All right, hold on. We got a phone call. Hi, who's this? It's Open Mic Radio.
Oh, what's up? This is Drexel. You said to call in around
Yo!
5 o'clock or so.
Yeah, man.
I'm a little early.
Nah, dude, you're cool. And you're on the air, so just chill for a second, though. We're gonna play a song from Provoke the Colossus, and then just hang tough, and then we'll come back and chat for a few minutes. All right?
Oh, yeah, cool.
All right, cool. All right. It is Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, and this is one called Provoked from Provoke the Colossus. We'll be back in a few minutes. We've got new music from Secular Era. I've got Drexel Bowie on the line. He'll be joining us shortly. We also have Daniel Elixir here. We've got John Heller and Jesse from King Theodore and
Is this a
Clark
debut?
and
Is this a debut?
no, this is not a debut, but it's still a great
When do
song.
we get to the debuts, Mike?
Kurt, come on.
It's a radio
Let's say,
debut.
be patient, young Padawan.
Radio debut.
It is a radio debut.
It's a radio debut. KOPN Columbia. This is Provoke the Colossus.
Take what I can get.
Open Mic Radio, KOPN. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so how about that, right? Provoke the Colossus. You can check them out Friday, May 3rd.
May 3rd.
May
Friday.
3rd at PDM.
PDM.
Go ask a punk.
Yep, ask a punk. Otherwise, we can't tell you where it's at.
Nope.
Okay, you guys, outstanding.
Thank you.
Bud, stay in touch. You guys, great
Absolutely.
to see you.
I'm trying to become a regular cast member.
Well, you know. I always tell you, you got an open invitation, right?
Oh, yeah,
I love when you stop down. So
thanks, guys.
You guys, Dustin, and I love it. Right?
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Keep it going.
Appreciate it.
Excellent. You keep it going.
Yeah.
I'll try. All right, Provoke the Colossus. All right. Now we have on the line with us Dylan, or I should say Drexel Bowie, and one of the members from the band Secular Era, and we will say hello. Hey, man.
Hey, what's up? How are y'all doing?
We're good. Yeah, man. Love you. All right. Hey, yeah, Dylan. Appreciate you calling, and I'm excited. You guys have new music, right? And for those unfamiliar, the band Secular Era performed here live at the station. A couple months ago. When was it, man?
A month ago.
I want to say it was in mid-January, but I could be wrong. Maybe early February.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been a couple 3 months. Anyway, we had a good time, and now we have new music. What you want to tell people a little bit about the song we're going to play? It's called "Men of War."
Yeah. So this song is kind of like a solo thing. I had like this album I wanted to write on my own, but we ended up collabing on it. So It's both me and the band, but it's part of this album that's supposed to delve into the dark side of humanity in different ways. And this one's supposed to delve into like the man's fascination with violence and war, specifically about like manifest destiny and the genocide of the Native Americans and imperialism in general.
Well, we're seeing that play out in real time, frankly, all the time. But now it's just right in front of us. So, anyway, well, I love what you guys are doing, and what's happening with the band? Are you planning stuff for the spring and summer here? What's on the docket?
Yeah, we're planning on looking through some places in Columbia and St. Louis and Kansas City to play. We were going to do it pretty soon after we played with y'all, but then our drummer decided to leave, so we had to find somebody else. So we've been getting him to learn songs and getting ready with that so far.
Wow, so you have a new drummer?
Yeah.
Are you happy with
his name's
Is he picking it up?
Are
you digging it?
Sizemore.
What's that?
Yeah, he's picked it up pretty. His name is Dalton Sizemore. He's picked it up pretty fast so far. We've just gone through about 5 or 6 songs right now, so we've got a set pretty well done, but we still need to go through some other stuff as well.
All right, cool. Is he featured in this song that we're going to play, or is that something that was recorded earlier?
This was recorded earlier, probably like August of last year, I'd say.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we're starting to record some new stuff, though, that he'll be on, though. I'm not sure when we'll be putting that out, but we're starting to get it pretty well finished.
Where do you guys record?
We record in Mike's basement. He has his own software and a bunch of different things that we record the guitar and drums and vocals on. The room's not treated super well, so we're working on getting some more equipment to treat the sound and everything, but we just do it in his basement and then send everything off to Brett Lieber of Young Medicine.
Yeah.
He has his own production place called Red Root Productions, and he does a really good job.
Yeah, very cool. All right, well, I tell you what, I appreciate you calling, and I'm excited to play this one, so we'll do this, and you guys have a great spring and summer, and stay in touch with me, okay? And if you have something else coming up, or if you have new music, just make sure you share it with me. And if you get down here to Columbia, just get a hold of me and come on down some Saturday afternoon. All right?
Hell yeah, we need to do that for sure.
Yes, you do.
Come on down.
All right, Dylan, I appreciate it, dude. And stick around. This is called Men of War. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Thank you, guys.
Holy smokes!
That was good.
Yeah, let's see if Dylan's still with us. Hey, Dylan, are you still there? Oh, I think he must have hung up. Anyway, I was going to say that was awesome. All right, so check out Secular Era, or Era. How do you pronounce it? I don't know. Secular Era, and Drexel Bowie. You might check that out if you can't find it under the other name. Anyway, okay, real cool stuff. And yeah, It's Open Mic Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. Man, just having a blast this afternoon. We've got Daniel Elixir here. We've got John Heller. We got a couple of guys from Provoke the Colossus, Secular Era, just sharing some new music with it. Hey, by the way, that was your debut, Kurt. Where are you?
Here I am. I like the debuts.
Okay.
I was mesmerized by the debut.
Yeah, you were. You forgot all about it. So, anyway, I think that we have a couple of great musicians in the studio, and we need to get more music out of them. So let's go back to Daniel Elixir and get another song, please, sir. What would you like to do for us?
This song is called Good Eye, or Look at Me with Your Good Eye. I never know if I should tell the whole backstory. But I live kind of out in the country.
You don't have to well, maybe not the whole backstory.
Yeah, I'll tell you half. These days I actually live out in the country, more or less. I go to St. Louis every couple weeks. But my town was Brixie, Missouri. And the band we did for a while was the Brixie Ticks. But
that's a great.
And that's this song was played with them. But we have a neighbor up the road, and maybe I shouldn't tell this story. Basically, the idea is two people living in the woods and not really getting along. See each other all the time.
Fair enough.
My mailbox is 5 miles from my house, so it takes a 15-minute drive to get the mail. It's very remote. So hopefully you get along with people you live with.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think I'm lucky that I do. But all right.
It's Daniel Elixir, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Well, you might not have noticed it, but love came by. I tried to get your attention, but you turned a blind eye. Could have been Prince Charming. You probably still couldn't tell. Sometimes you get in a mood and you can't see too well. I thought my aim was true, I thought we could not miss. I still don't see how it could be that we'd end up like this. Wish you could open your eye, see past your injury. Wish you could forget your pain when you look at me, and look at me with your good eye. Look at me with your good eye, the one that cries at the blue sky, and the bee and the bird and the butterfly, the one you use when you're outside, walking in that sunshine. One sees past your pain, your fear, your pride. Look at me with your good eye. Did you cry your eyes out over that heartless liar? Or were you caught in the bottle rocket crossfire? Well, I don't have to know, but baby, I still have one desire. I won't lie. Look at me with your good eye. Well, things aren't always like in a fairy tale. Sometimes the hero falls and sometimes evil prevails. I might not be so great, not what you wanted me to be, but baby, it's never too late to take another look at me. And look at me with your good eye. Look at me with your good eye, the one that cries at the blue sky, and the bee and the bird and the butterfly, one you use when you're outside, walking in that sunshine. Why don't you turn your head just a little bit off to one side and look at me with your good eye? Was it year after year of too little too late that left you so despondent now you can't see straight? Well, I'd love to help you, baby, but you're gonna have to concentrate and don't be shy. Look at me with your good eye. Look at me with your good eye. Thank you.
How about you just keep it going?
Keep going.
Yeah, man.
Well,
you got any more? Do you have any more songs?
Sure, I got lots of songs. So I got.
I'm kidding, of course. Yeah. But yeah, man, give us another one.
I'm good now. Here's a debut.
Oh, Kurt.
Yeah. Where's
Did you hear what he said?
Where's the
Okay. But you got
confetti. The confetti or the rice or something.
You got to tell us something about it.
All right.
Please tell
well,
us.
I got a friend, and he helped me slaughter wild pigs. Actually, down where I live, there's a wild pig problem, and so I had like like about 15 wild pigs to
And
deal
they're,
with.
you talking about wild, man. These things are.
Oh, yeah, the Russian boars,
and
they
very
have,
dangerous.
They have
extremely.
well, they tear the ground up, and they will run at you too. But they got tusks and everything. So anyway, this guy helped me, and I was he sharpened my knife, and he was talking about something. And I said, "Well, we need to go bowling when we're done with all this." And so then, like, not that day. It's like later on. Let's
we should go bowling.
We should, this is an intense bonding thing,
dude. We got to go bowling.
We can't just be all work all the time. So then, okay, Wednesday we'll go bowling, and this okay, tonight's the night. He says, "Well, I got to tell you something. I was out last night driving, and I barely missed my turn. I barely found my turn. It's too foggy, and I don't think it's safe to go bowling tonight." So, not safe to go bowling. Too foggy. Says my song. I kind of turned to a relationship song, but too foggy to bowl is my song.
It's Daniel Elixir.
And it's a debut.
A debut on Open Mic Radio,
First
KOPN
time.
Columbia. All right, I love it.
All right. I made this whole other thing like we're married, but whatever. Got your ball in your bag and your shoes in your hand. No need to tell you today is the day. Long overdue, this evening we plan. Such a shame for the weather to get in the way. Wish we hadn't fought about your hair. It might not be my favorite color, but hey, that don't mean that I don't care. It's too foggy to bowl. It's been raining all day. I really wanted to go, but tonight there is no way. 'Cause we might hit a deer. The visibility is low. Better stay here. It's too foggy to bowl. It would be pins at attention and the scorecard so clean if the oncoming traffic weren't so hard to see. At the lanes eating pizza, that's living the dream. Not just home eating popcorn and watching TV. I left car parts in the sink and I made you cry. I thought it'd only be one day. I still can't believe the paint's not dry. It's too foggy to bowl. It's been raining all day. Really wanted to go, but there's really no way. We might hit a deer. The visibility is low. So we better stay here. It's too foggy to bowl. Shouldn't have said your mom was out of line. It's true she raised her voice, but she don't do it all the time. And I shouldn't have lost my temper in the yard. I blew up when you said I wasn't trying very hard. It's too foggy to bowl. It's been raining all day. I really wanted to go, but there's really no way. I know how you feel. It's beyond our control. I believe we can heal. I believe we can heal. But tonight, it's really just way, 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 way too foggy to bowl. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah.
The guy says, he goes, I can't say I like the song. He goes, but it is really catchy. I was thinking, he's like, it was too foggy. That's the thing. It ain't a joke.
Well, I like the song, and it is catchy, and I like the whole thing, and it's very clever, and you're a wonderful guitarist and a clever songwriter. So
it's a ball to be here.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being here, Daniel. I mean it. Wow, you guys, how about that? So Daniel Elixir. If people are looking for you out and about, I guess that's the way to find you.
Yeah, Daniel Elixir, DanielElixir.com. Instagram Daniel Elixir.
All that stuff. Okay. Where are we? We're 5:25. All right, I'm gonna get another song. Let's have Daniel do one more, if you would, and then we'll have John come in, and maybe John can do a couple, and then we'll close out. We'll have time probably for one or two more before we close the show. So, all right, let's do that. Daniel Elixir, once again in the studio here. I'm thrilled to have him. He's an artist from
Brixie, Missouri, really. I'm from St. Louis, but I've been living in Brixie, Missouri.
Yes, okay.
Little town.
Regardless of where he's from, he's awesome, and he's playing music for us this afternoon, and we'll let him play another one here. All right, man.
I was going to buy a freezer down in Mountain Home, Arkansas.
A freezer?
Yeah, driving through Gainesville.
Yeah, like a big one.
Oh, a small one, $250 model,
okay.
$25 maybe. Yeah. It was on sale at Home Depot. I thought
not for like a whole cow or something, but just
just you an extra. When you got a little too much.
Oh yeah,
so
Everybody needs an extra freezer.
Needs a little extra freezer.
Compartmentalize. So
who doesn't?
And then, but when you turn a left off of Highway 181, going past Gainesville High School, it goes from 45 or 50 to 20. I got a ticket. 40, going 45 and a 20.
Yeah, he's just waiting there for you.
So that was that cost $180. So that was like my disposable income was disposed of.
Was that your freezer money?
That's why they call it that, man.
It was gone. It was gone fast. So I got home later. I wrote this song called "Bad Luck."
All right. Once again, it's Daniel Elixir on Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
I was heading from the grocery with an apple pie and a ticket for the lottery. I thought, hell, it's worth a try. A truck stop with a restroom was my only desire. When I pulled into a trailer park with a flat tire, I got bad luck. 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 Well, I stepped up to a mobile home to ask to use the John. The guy out front looked like he had a little too much sun. He said, I'm tired, and I just got fired, and my wife wants a divorce. The bathroom is around the back. I said, thanks. He said, of course. I got bad luck. 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 When the guy from AAA showed up, he was looking worse than me. His leg came to an end abruptly just below the knee. He had an altercation with a great white shark, and we all sang out together right there in that trailer park. We got bad luck. 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 We were singing in 3-part harmony, so I was kind of starting to have fun when a guy called from the lottery and he told me I had won. He asked when I'd collect my prize, and I said, well, hey, that depends. Right now I'm broke down in the trailer park and I'm singing with my friends. We got bad luck. 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 Here's a real, a sentimental part. If you are a dancer and life takes that from you, take heart. There's always something more that you can do. And if you are an investor and you lose it all by chance, look on the bright side. You can still sing and dance about your bad luck. Your bad luck. Your bad luck.
bad, bad luck. Your bad luck, bad luck, bad, 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 bad luck. Thanks, everybody.
All right, I love it. Once again, Daniel Elixir, dude, I love it.
It's great to be here.
Let's get John Heller back in the room if we can.
John!
And we're gonna get what I call Heller good music. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM. We're streaming on the web at kopn.org. Really fun afternoon. Daniel Elixir joining us. We've got Bud still in the house from Provoke the Colossus. We played a song from those guys, and they're excited for those guys to be playing. Bud, when is it? It's the fourth? No, the third. Friday.
Friday the 3rd.
Yeah. Anyway, hope you're all enjoying the show too. All right. Find us on the web at kopn.org. If you want to get the podcast or listen to any of these shows that we've done in the past, and there's a bunch of them, and they're really good. Most of them. Well, okay. Let me rephrase. The music is good in most of them. All right. So you have to. Anyway.
That would be a more accurate description.
Okay. It's
of the program.
Anyway. Regardless, that's the point. Okay, is to bring the music. So it's John Heller, and thrilled to have John this afternoon. Daniel's here again. The guys from Provoke the Colossus had a great time, and also Dylan from Secular Era, another great song that they shared with us. So
we had some debuts.
Yeah, man, a couple of them. So, all right, let's do. Let's have John do one for us here. John, what you got in mind?
All right, so from our Hanukkah Jones band, from our second CD, which is titled "Turn Your Head and Scoff," this one is called "Scream Gasp."
Okay.
It felt like an appropriate name for a sophomore disc that, why not? So, here we go.
It's John Heller. Open Mic Radio.
They both look the same when they die. Just at an angle you just don't want to see. Gasping for oxygen that wasn't gonna come. Struggling to continue when the brain or heart or body won't, forcing herself out of bed each day, only seeing one way out, battling demons bitterly while eager for God to end it all for her, struggling to breathe, struggling to be. For as much as she hated life, she fought death when it came, knowing that there's nothing left in the reserve from where the last breath came. Why can't I breathe? Too often not seeing the point, and not getting what they find so funny. The joie de vivre, raison d'être vigorous, and the voice of master silence have all ceased to be. I thought I'd find secure them. Are they irretrievably gone? Like in Run Lola Run, wish I could scream and stop the ball. Like in Run Lola Run, wish I could scream and stop it all. Why can't I scream? fear my inner roar would kill me. Now I'm enamored from disuse. As our lives progress, some parts of us outlive the others. Why can't I be? Why can't I be?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this is Luke from Ruby Lane, and you're listening to Open Mic Radio on KOPN 89.5 Columbia.
All right, it is Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. John Heller, Hanukkah Jones Band. John, play another one.
All right. I think for this one, so online, I posted a photo with the Band-Aid on my face, so...
Yeah, and you still I wasn't going to ask, but since you brought it up, so...
Well, here we go.
And this is a really small Band-Aid, so it wasn't anything to be really concerned about.
Yeah,
for those out there, you know, if you're trying to put an image in your head there, you know, I'm just saying. It's not like his whole head's wrapped up or something.
Yeah, not yet. So it's fashion. Now, I'll backtrack a little bit. This is a cover. It's by a band called Chicks Dig It, which is some pop punk from Calgary.
All right.
And I have heard people say Calgary. So
Calgary, yeah.
I asked their permission. A very polite Canadian bot said, "Oh, we'll get back to you." And I have not heard back.
Those were the two original settlers up there, Cal and Gary.
Oh, there we go. So their song is called...
It's like Lewis and Clark, you know, for Canadians.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Their song is called Jerry Cheevers, which is about a goalie, and whenever a puck would hit him in the face on his mask, he'd put a stitch mark on there. So, I don't know if you guys can see this coming, but here in mid-Missouri, there was a basketball player that wore a Band-Aid on his face. Anyone? Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr.? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, man.
I'm just kidding.
Way back.
Yeah.
Oh, the Porters. Yeah, let's not go there, shall we?
Okay. Yes.
I love
I'm just
you,
trying
Porters.
to stay current, you know.
So, and this man used to work he's Mizzou's leading scorer. He worked a group home here in town. I hope it's okay for me to say that.
Sure.
I don't know that he still does. So here we go. I'm hoping you gentlemen don't mind joining me for vocals towards the end. The lines that I'm hoping you'll help me on are, "I feel like Derek Chivas," or "I got a Band-Aid on my face." So I'm thinking you gentlemen, you musicians, can figure out how to do that. So I trust you. The important thing is I trust you.
All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, John Heller, Hanukkah Jones Band. Check it out.
Seems like only yesterday I saw the guy who used to play for Tigers of Missouri, and I bet now they'd call him dirty. Came out of NYC, Missouri retired as number 3, leading scorer every week, wearing Band-Aids on his cheek. Feel like Derek Chivas. Feel like Derek Chivas. Got a Band-Aid on my face, just like Derek Chivas. Seems like only yesterday I saw a guy who used to play for Tigers of Missouri, and I bet now they'd call him dirty. He worked group home with my friends, the Eel and Dick Sampson, until the end. The kids didn't care about the player, just the fashion that he and Nelly shared. Alright, help me out, guys. I feel like Derek Chivas. Got a Band-Aid on my face, just like Derek Chivas. Got a Band-Aid on my face. Band-Aid on my Chivas. Got a Band-Aid on my face. Feel like Derek Chivas. Got a Band-Aid on. All right, thanks. I'm stopping there. All right. It's a good song. Jerry Cheevers, if the chicks dig it. Calgary.
We're just getting to the harmony part. Yeah.
It is a great.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I love it. All right, just like Jerry Cheevers, and he was an outstanding basketball player.
Was very good, yes.
For Mizzou back, I don't know, late 80s.
And 90s. He wore a Band-Aid. And
that's back when it was all about the Band-Aid, man.
Yes.
Band-Aid,
the way it was worn, the way it was
wasn't there? Wasn't that like they did like they did Farm Aid, and then they did, and then they did. It was Band-Aid. Was fun.
Yeah.
That was the metal one, wasn't it?
I'm not
no,
sure.
That was Hearing Aid. Oh my.
Hearing Aid.
Yeah, you haven't heard the last of that. Oh man,
that's great.
You're gonna think I'm making it up, but check it out, man. Hearing Aid.
All right.
Oh, you see? Okay.
All right. John, we've got time. If you'd like to play one more, we've got time for one more from Daniel too. Would you like to play one more?
Sure. That sounds great.
All right, so let's do that. We'll have one more from John Heller from the Hanukkah Jones Band here with us this afternoon. And hey, John, thanks again. I appreciate you coming down.
Man, thank you.
Everybody else, and Daniel, will you play one more for us?
Here, yeah.
Okay, great. And then Kurt and Memphis, you guys will be ready to get us out of here in a little bit, right?
Yep.
Okay, so all right, John, what are you going to do?
All right, so folks, most of what I do has been with the band. It's been electric. So we got a few CDs. You can find us Facebook, the Instagram, YouTube. So Power Pop Pat would play this numerous times on KOPN on his Power Pop Pat show.
And again, I mean, I miss Pat, and he did this outstanding show from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock on Friday nights for years and years. And we made the move down here to the new location here, which was something that had to happen. I mean, we were basically forced into it. It was really hard to leave downtown, and the location that we had been at for all those years. But I mean, this is it's about change. You got to be able to. If you can't adapt, man, you're in trouble. So anyway, hats off to all the people that made this happen to get our new place here, but I do miss Pat, and
sure.
I wish he'd consider coming back and doing a show again. I think that I won't speak for the management, but I bet you they'd welcome him with open arms.
Hey, and thanks to the people that really gave me the actual directions to the station when we moved. It's the ones that Mike gave. I really appreciate it.
All right, one more from John Heller, and then we'll get ready to wrap it up here, and we'll have another one from Daniel Elixir before we hand it over to who? Rashuma! And a reggae party coming at you in just a little bit here, okay? All right, let's do it. John.
All right, I want to give special thanks to Daniel for loaning the guitar. And I'm enjoying his music a lot. So
hey, that's the way we roll around here. I love it.
And this is a great, man, this is just, you're on a good thing here, man. Thanks very much.
John, I'm glad we were able to do it.
So it's from our debut CD titled Rodent Rage. And the bit of a love song of sorts called Spidey Loved MJ. Little credit, my boy Mike Seeley wrote the guitar intro.
All right. Once again, Open Mic Radio, John Heller.
Told you I wish you'd be my geek. I thought you'd understand that. While you reply what Eliana talked about, happiness is up to me. Lonely on Earth ain't something. Doesn't mean I have to rule the day. But you could have been the one who got Dorset Road looks like Hamilton's Bay. When you just can't look at something long enough. Spider-Man made me want to drive too fast, like Rocket Boy loved baby glass. By the dogs to more, some Brits enchanted by New Mexico. Comic strip shows them together. American movie says I can't do that. Why'd we have to lose context? Spidey loved MJ, MJ loves Spidey back. Goodbye. Now go see Missouri. Los Angeles movies like that love would fix everything. I intention myself to that, like a partner would have funny thing. I blame capitalists when I obsess on what I don't have. While all these beautifuls look at your partners like pains in the... Have you ever clung because of that? When you just can't look at someone long enough. Spider-Man made me wanna drive too fast, like Rocket Boy loved baby glass. That piano solo is what I tried to squeeze into your hand. That alone that I can't handle is exactly what you need. When I feel like that, my 15-year-old self gets all PO'd. Why do all my favorite people have to leave? What makes it worse? Sometimes I fully get it. My real ass street off Dorset Road's hill, revealing my lit up quote unquote home. So much grander from above and inside. A 1 second glance, then eyes back on the wrong road, in the wrong direction. There's so-called reality. Something I just couldn't look at long enough. Spider-Man made me wanna drive too fast, like Rocket Boy loved baby glass. By the Dogstrom or some bridge enchanted by New Mexico. Comic strip shows them together. American movie says they can't do that. Not that simple, is it? Spidey loved MJ under the Spidey bag. Put on a long cut. Thanks everyone. Thanks Daniel. Thanks KLPN. Thanks Mike.
Good John Heller. All right, Hanukkah Jones Band. Check him out online. John, I love it. Fantastic. All right. We're getting a little bit tight on time, so let's not waste time and get another one here from Daniel Elixir before we scoot out of here. Daniel, I don't know how many songs you have to choose from, but maybe not one that's particularly long.
All right.
Anyway, thank you all for listening, and you guys for coming down and hanging out. And Daniel, I love it. John, fantastic. And it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. Stick around, Rashumba, in just a minute here. But we'll get one more from Daniel Elixir, and we'll be back in just a minute to say goodbye.
Okay, this is Old Folks Home. I was born a hostage to my pride. I thought it was cool to be alone. But now I hope you'll be right there by my side. If I should ever have to choose an old folks home. If I lay too long in bed, I'll get a rash. And this silence takes a little getting used to. You know we could share a room and save some cash. And we talk through that vinyl curtain when we choose to. These days they pass. All our tomorrows pass as well, I suppose. But if you remember where you've been, then you are a lucky old man. That's not always how it goes. Will I choose a kitchenette half-bath with a window on the parking lot so I can watch my friends arrive?
Or will the traffic only make me sad and just remind me that I can't drive? Is soap replenished every week? Or is it just a dispenser mounted to the wall? And if I should ever lose the power to speak, will there be someone near the shower in case I fall? These days they pass. All our tomorrows pass as well, I suppose. If you remember where you've been, well, then you are a lucky old man. That's not always how it goes. I hope I will always be the kind to celebrate each passing season. But I know it is possible I might just lose my mind, and then my jaw would just hang open for no reason. These days, they pass. All our tomorrows pass as well, I suppose. But if you remember where you've been, then you are a lucky old man. That's not always how it goes. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Outstanding. All right. Daniel Elixir, John Heller, Provoke the Colossus, Secular Era. Thank all of you very much for being a part of the show this afternoon. Daniel, I'm so glad you got in touch with me.
That's great.
And let's stay connected and
You'll get all the debuts.
Yeah, honestly, but if you're ever around and just want to stop in or whatever, let's just stay in touch.
Be
Okay?
great fun.
Absolutely. Totally. Okay, cool. What do you have planned for the summer? You out and about?
Yeah, it's not. I'm in St. Louis late May at the Garden Cafe in Webster Groves.
Okay, but not a whole ton of shows. You're not
No, I do farming stuff, and so really,
I know,
fall and winter are my thing.
What do you farm?
Okay.
If I can ask.
Cattle. I have shiitake, oyster mushrooms, organic lettuce, garlic.
Love
But I am at the High Lonesome Festival in Ava
Very
in
cool.
September.
Yeah, John's a fan of that one for sure. So, okay, cool. Kurt and Memphis, let's do this in a second. But I would like to say, first of all, that thanks everyone. I appreciate it. Okay, next week, Jeff Winkleman. He's a guy that Steve Orangi. I'm not sure what the band is, but there's a band associated with the guy, but I just know the guy. All right, so it's Jeff Winkleman and his band next week, 5/18, May 18th, the Park. The Park is a band, actually. Anyway, the Park on 5/18, Lifeline, the 25th of May. Robbie Bertolo coming up in July. Jeff Arago, Downside Up, a real cool band from Jeff City that I've discovered recently. The Royal Furs in June at the end of the month. Austin Jones live sometime soon. Anyway, a bunch of cool stuff. All right, my email address is mikehagan@mikehagan.com. The website mikehagan.com. Get the podcast, check it out. Send me music if you'd like to appear on the show. And you've been listening to Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. All right, I hope you all have a great weekend. And please, be cool to yourself and be cool to other people out there, please. And stick around for Rashumba, and we'll catch you all next week.
Rashumba!
All right, Memphis, Kurt, let's get out of here.
radio.